Now friends, let's discuss the investors and those people who get income out of this particular IFSC. First of all friends, this particular dividend. Okay. Now this Mr. X, who is a non-resident, who has got this particular dividend income. Okay. Now here little debates are possible, but let me tell you that 115A provisions already provide for a special rate of tax with respect to the dividend which is on the out of the investment in a unit in an IFSC. Okay. So if unit in an IFSC and dividend is directly linked with that, then you will have that particular special rate of tax, and accordingly this non-resident will be chargeable to tax with respect to the special rate of tax. However, where the debate can be possible, that this Mr. X, who is a non-resident, and in the first situation it is a foreign company. Okay. So non-resident getting dividend from the foreign company is basically a foreign income, and that way the foreign incomes are not taxable. Okay. So you can always argue that this is not a taxable dividend. So rather than saying that this is a special rate dividend, it is not at all taxable dividend. So that debate is possible. But I will go with the view that because it is a unit in IFSC, it is basically located in India, but logically it is outside India. Logically the government give the treatment as if it is outside India, but actually it is inside India. Okay. So I will go with the view that 115A, the special rate of tax, will apply for this particular dividend. Okay. Further, the royalty payment to this person for the use of the aircraft. Okay. So this Mr. N is given exemption under section 10. In fact, with respect to the aircrafts, okay, there are quite a good provisions. See, income of non-resident by means of a royalty or interest on account of the lease of an aircraft or a ship, okay, which is paid by a unit in an IFSC. Okay. So unit in an IFSC is making a payment to a non-resident on account of royalty or interest on account of lease of the aircraft or a ship. Okay. Then it is given a full exemption under this particular clause. Okay. At the same point in time, here also some special benefit has been given for the transfer of the equity shares of a domestic company, but here it is not any and every domestic company, but only those domestic company which is a unit in an IFSC and its primary business primarily in the business of leasing of aircraft. So here it is only aircrafts. Okay. And the unit which is already transferring this particular equity shares, okay, is also engaged in the similar type of a business. So in a very limited way, if other conditions of this particular chapter are satisfied, this particular section is satisfied, even transfer of equity shares of the domestic company which is a unit in an IFSC and in primary business of leasing of aircrafts, okay, is given a benefit. Okay. Now unit of an IFSC is getting dividends income from a company being a unit in an IFSC, primarily in the business of leasing of aircraft. Okay. So unit in the business of leasing of aircraft making investment into another unit which is also in a similar business, and you have a dividend transaction. Okay. That is also eligible for the purpose of exemption. Okay. So however in the given question it is only for the use of the aircraft, so it will be eligible for the purpose of exemption in the hands of Mr. N. Okay. Then interest paid on monies borrowed Mr. A, that means this is again in the foreign currency, but it will again be given a benefit. These interest transactions are also given a benefit. Okay. See, interest payable to a non-resident by a unit in IFSC. Okay. Provided other conditions like borrowed after this date and all that. Provided that these other conditions satisfied, interest to non-resident by unit in an IFSC is given exemption under section 1015 clause number 9. Okay. Some other special rupee denominated bonds also, if the basic conditions are satisfied, also given an exemption under this particular clause for the interest transactions. Okay. So this interest payment to Mr. A will also be eligible for the purpose of full exemption in the hands of Mr. A. He will not be chargeable to tax for this particular income. Okay. So update your answer for these investors in the question.